Whenever goods enter boundary of a country, they are subject to custom clearance, during which the custom duties are being calculated by the customs department. At times, there are instances wherein the import value of the goods is distorted. Therefore, the importance of custom valuation comes in picture. In this session, we will try and learn about the various processes, various methods by which custom valuation is being done. So first, we will try and understand what exactly is custom valuation. Since custom duties depend upon the total import value of the goods, therefore custom valuation aims at determining the correct value of imported goods so that correct import duty can be determined. According to WTO Agreement on Custom valuation is a procedure applied to determine the custom value of imported goods. If the rate of duty is ad valorem, the custom value is essential to determine the duty to be paid on an imported good. Now we need to understand what is custom valuation. So, according to the WTO Agreement on Custom valuation is a procedure applied to determine the custom value of imported goods. If the rate of duty is ad valorem, the custom value is essential to determine the duty to be paid on imported goods. Before going into further discussion, we also need to understand various types of custom duties. So majorly, there are three types of custom duties, which are specific, ad valorem, and mix of the two. In case of specific duty, a concrete sum is charged for a quantitative description of the good. For example, $1.22 per kg on certain type of cheese. The other type of custom duty is ad valorem, wherein the duty depends on the value of good. For example, 10% import duty on basmati rice. Third is mix of both the duties, either specific or ad valorem, depending upon which generates the most or sometimes least revenue. For example, duties on certain rayon fabric are either 15% ad valorem or rupees 87 per square meter, whichever is higher. Custom valuation is always done as per WTO agreement on custom valuation. And according to this agreement, custom valuation agreement does not apply on specific duties. But custom valuation in case of ad valorem custom duty have to be as per WTO agreement. So next question is, how is custom valuation done? According to the agreement on custom valuation shall be based on the actual price of the goods to be valued, which is generally shown on the invoice. This price plus adjustment for certain elements which are listed in Article 8 of the WTO Agreement on Custom Valuation equals the transaction value, which constitutes the first and the most important method of valuation referred to in the agreement. Some of the cost elements which are considered for calculating transaction value as per Article 8 of Agreement on Custom Valuation are commission and brokerage, cost of containers, cost of packing, materials, component, parts, and similar items incorporated in the imported goods, tools, dyes, molds, material consumed in production of imported goods, engineering, development, artwork, design work, and plans and sketches undertaken elsewhere than in the country of importation and necessary for production of imported goods, and royalties and license fee. According to the agreement on custom valuation, if there is no transaction value or if transaction value is not acceptable as per the custom value because the price has been distorted, then 5 other methods can also be used for custom valuation. These methods have to be applied in prescribed order only. According to agreement on custom valuation, there are 6 different methods to determine transaction value, which are: first is transaction value itself. Second, transaction value of identical goods. Third, transaction value of similar goods. Fourth, deductive method. Fifth, computed method. And last is the fallback method. In the subsequent slides, we'll try and understand each of these methods. The first method is transaction value, where transaction value is the total payment made or to be made by the buyer for the imported goods and includes all payment made by the buyer to the seller or by the buyer to a third party to satisfy an obligation of the seller. Second method is transaction value of identical goods. This method is used in those cases where goods are same in all respect, including physical characteristics, quality, and reputation. The goods are produced in same country as the goods being valued, and they are produced by the producer of the goods being valued. To understand this method, let's take an example that there are three different importers in India who have purchased identical product from exporter X in USA. A and B have provided correct value in the documents, whereas C has manipulated the value. To determine transaction value, in case of importer C, custom official can refer to the details provided by A and B, as both of them have provided correct details for the imports from same country, same buyer, and at the same time. Third method is transaction value of similar goods. This method is used in cases where goods closely resemble the goods being valued in terms of component, material, and characteristic. Goods are capable of performing the same functions and are commercially interchangeable with the goods being valued. Country of export and import are same, and goods must be exported at or about the same time as the goods being valued. Imagine two importers in India have purchased identical product from exporter X in US. A and B have provided correct value in the documents. Another importer C has imported similar product from exporter Y in US and have manipulated the value. To determine transaction value in such cases, custom officials refer to the details provided by A and B, as both of them have provided correct details for the imports of similar product from same country and at the same time. Fourth method is deductive value. This method is used in cases where custom value cannot be determined on the basis of the transaction value of the imported goods or identical or similar goods. In such cases, custom value is determined on the basis of unit price at which imported goods or identical or similar goods are sold to an unrelated buyer in the greatest aggregate quantity in the country of importation. Just keep in mind that greatest aggregate quantity sold is the price at which greatest number of units are sold to unrelated person at the first commercial level after importation. Various deductions that are carried out to determine the relevant custom value are commissions, transportation cost, insurance cost, custom duties, and other national taxes, value added by assembly or further processing when applicable. Let's take an example that an importer in India have imported certain product from exporter X in US for which value is distorted in the documents. To determine correct value in this case, custom officials will identify the buyers dealing in identical or similar product in India. From the unit price of greatest aggregate quantity sold, they will deduct various cost components like commission, transportation cost, insurance cost, duties and taxes, processing if any, to determine the actual transaction value of the product. Fifth method is computed value. In this method, cost of production of the goods being valued is taken, and other cost components like profit, general expenses, usually reflected in sales from the country of exportation to the country of importation of goods, are added to determine the transaction value. Again, if we have an importer in India who has imported certain product from exporter X in US for which value is distorted in the documents, to determine correct transaction value, in this case, custom official will identify the cost of production of goods being valued in US and will add profit, other expenses reflected in sales from the country of exportation to the country of importation of goods. The final value will give them the correct transaction value based on computed method. Last is fallback method, under which custom value determination are based on reasonable means consistent with the principles and general provisions of the agreement. Article 7 of CAT and on the basis of available data. This method should be based on previously determined values and methods with a reasonable degree of flexibility in their application. Under the fallback method, the custom value must not be based on the selling price of goods in the country of importation, a system which provides for the acceptance of higher of two alternative value, which means if there are two transaction value, then the lowest value should be used. Price of goods in the domestic market of country of exportation, cost of production, price of goods for export to a third country, minimum custom value, and lastly, arbitrary or fictitious values. I hope this session helped you in understanding various methods used for custom valuation. For any query, you can reach me at alkamya@gmail.com. Thank you and happy learning.